Oh yeah, back again. A little bit more done. That's the plan. See how we get on. So to start with, we're going to be doing this again. This section here, and it goes in there somewhere. So that's the plan. We shall get them parts. M9. So we want the M sprue. G, P, J, M. M has some really big parts on it. There's M there. I'm looking for that sprue there. That one. All the big bits on it. Some big bits on it and some little bits on it. I think it's this one here actually. Like an M. No, it's an N. Nearly. I need my magnifying glass, that's for sure. Right, one magnifier, because I will need that. Right. Here you go. Mr. M. There are only some big parts on this M sprue anyway. Here we go. Size of some of the parts on this. Look at it. And we don't need them bits. These bits we need. So it's quite a big bit we're doing. So I need M9s times 2, which is over here somewhere. This one here, and that one there. And we want M5, which is this weird looking thing here. Got some chunk of sprue on it. Oh. There we go. And M5. I don't know where everybody is today. Well, I'm sure they'll all turn up just shortly, like they normally do. So, this one goes like this. On there. Like so. It's quite a tight fit on there. Just giving that a little wee rub there. I'm hoping a gentleman that came in the shop with his pal about 3/4 of an hour ago, I'm hoping he comes on here, because he was after 148 scale stuff, and I've noticed he's gone and picked up a 1/72 LP ladders part instead of the 148, which is what he was after. So that was him picking that up, not me. But he's made a mistake, so I'm hoping he comes on here so I can tell him not to panic, because I've looked out the right one, and we can just change it next time he's in. Evening, Scott. How are we doing, pal? Alright? Yeah, I hope the guys come on. They said they might. And then I can at least tell them that they've gone and picked up the wrong one. They were looking for 148 scale bits and bobs, and he's gone and picked up the 172nd. When I looked at the receipt on the till, I noticed his mistake. Well, it was an awesome time at the show, that's for sure. It was very busy. A little bit of sand on that side there as well. Look. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Do you know what I mean? Enjoyed it. Lovely weather, fantastic weather. I was toying with the idea of getting some sun cream. It was that warm, and that's no kidding. It was about 16 to 18 degrees, something like that. Sitting outside having a lunch with a pint, and you could feel the heat scalping off my head. So it was definitely warm, which is strange for being right up in the Highlands like that, but there you go. Sign of the times, I guess. So this thing goes around here somewhere, apparently. But the best bit is, there's no actual holes. Still to try out the SMS paint, as we spoke about. Yeah. All good, isn't it? Yeah, we had a great time at the show. It's lovely to catch up with people again, obviously. There's some people that you only see when you're at a show. So it's really nice. I've got no idea where this thing goes. It's a big old lump of plastic too. You know, compared to all that fiddly stuff I've been doing, that's a lump that. You throw that at someone, you'll probably take their head off. So apparently it goes on here somewhere, but it's just working out exactly where, because we don't want it going in the wrong place. So I'm going to refer to my pal's build again and have a little sneaky peek at where he put his, and that way I will know. I shall enlarge that picture and see where it goes. It can't go on that end. Oh right, okay. So according to this picture, oh, it's not helping. Right, so it kind of goes there. That's where my pal's got his. Oh right, I see. So it's just basically it's getting chucked in between the planks, basically, and just stuck on there like that. According to this. Oh, where Paul and all that is. It must be still on WhatsApp or something. There you go. I'm just going to stick it on there like that. Looks about right. Yeah. Okie doke. I don't know what that does. Oh, there's another little box there as well. Behind him. Oh yeah, in that back corner, that's right. I'll minimise that. There you go. So I've just whipped that. Let's get that out of the way. It's hard to move this without breaking all them little bits, isn't it? But as you can see, I've whipped that on there. Goes right there. Now there's a little box that goes around this area here. There's a box that goes between them steps on there. Right in the middle of them steps there's a box. So I'm going to whip that on next. And I put my step back on that broke off, if you remember. I'll whip that back on, I did. So I've got to find this little box. And that's all that done. That's that, that's that. There's a picture of the box that goes on here. There was a picture somewhere. That said about a box. That box there. That box there. And that went there, that went there. Oh yeah, there it is. U7. U7. JMNOP. U will be on this page. U7. Right. So I'm looking for that sprue there with a whatever that is. I'll call it a hat. Right. I need whatever that sprue is there. So it's got thin bits and then long bits. I can't use it. No, that's it. That's it in. That's massive bits. That's not it. It's a weird one with a top hatty bit on the end. That looks like it, but it's not got the bit I want on it. Oh yeah, it has. There you go. I think this is it here. I think I found it. I think it's this. Yeah. There you go. So it's this one here. This box here. There we go. All these bits of plastic everywhere. Let's see what that pulls up to. I see you all yapping while I'm live on my cod. Now, give him some grief. Now, that's the boys on WhatsApp, Paul and all that lot. Because he was like, are you coming on tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. You sure? You better be. Yeah, I am. And he's not even here. Shocking behaviour. There's a lovely young lad came in today again. You see how I love it when the kids come in, eh? And he was dead chuffed looking at stuff. And he's right into the old military stuff. and building and all that, so he's dead excited now, which is great. It's great seeing kids excited about stuff, especially when it's like stuff like this where you've got to use your head a little bit, you know, you're not just sitting on a gadget. You're dead excited, so it was lovely to see. I love it when kids come in all chuffed to bits. Right, so this one here, I presume the straps go that side and it pops in that gap there.
Motion detected at your front door.
Oh. Excuse me a minute on that one. Let me see what's going on there. Oh, that's nothing. That's cool. I did turn the volume down, but it's obviously quite loud still. Oh, bless him. He goes, oh, bless. Alright, oh, very good. Right, so if I whip that in there like that, we should be happy days. Stick that in the centre there. It should be good. So yeah, the weather was fantastic at the show. The people were fantastic, as always. Just great fun, eh? I was a judge again. I did try to get out of it. I did hide, kinda. I disappeared and I went quite far away to hide. But the lovely gentleman that runs the show managed to find me and get me to judge. And it's always like one of the most awkward sections. You know, it's you know, you obviously your 135th armour is always going to be like the main section, and then you've got like your 148, 132nd, 124 is what I had to judge, which is a big section compared to the rest of them. So yeah, I always seem to get one of the tougher ones to do, but it was all good fun, I suppose. It's nice to be asked, I suppose, even though I try and get out of it. I don't like judging purely on the basis that I have to look for faults, because the builds are so good. I think I said this before, you know, there's such a fantastic quality build that you're looking for mistakes, and that's a shame. But it is what it is. Right, so the good news, or the bad news for me, but the good news for everybody else, is this one, as far as I can tell, is done. Alright, Paul. Couldn't resist. The bad news for me is I've got to do it all again. One more time. So, oh dear. That went too easy, that bit. I'll just make sure that I haven't missed anything before I do dart off to start the next one. Got the bar there, yep. That's all there. Just double checking everything before I go and put it to one side. That's on. That's there. That's all the way around. Unfortunately, it is looking like that's it. Unfortunately for me anyway. However, it's all good because that's 3 done. 1 left to go. But we've got to go through it all again. Now, sure, I leave this loose so I can paint underneath, you know, because obviously you screw it together from underneath, But obviously I'm not wanting to do that right this minute until I get all the paint into them gaps and nooks and crannies, and then I can do that. But basically, this one is pretty much there. So you've got a bit extra on this one compared to the other two. I don't want to swing it too much and end up breaking anything. We can see the gist of it all. There. And obviously you know what underneath looks like. So that is one done. So we just got to mirror image that and do the next one. Which I'm kind of hating the idea of. Because I'm not looking forward to it. Unless for a change, because you can, I could do this page and do one of these, which is the next stage anyway. I could do that and then next week go back to doing the last carriage. I think I will. It'll be something slightly different, because otherwise every episode's a carriage and it's getting a bit tedious. So I think I'm just going to do that. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Just to see what it looks like, can it? I'm just trying to make sure I don't mess it up or anything, and I get the right bits in the right places. Thanks there. Do what? That goes there. Alright, okay. I see. And what bit am I supposed to do first? That goes onto there, that goes into there, across to there. Definitely not on that picture. So right, that one's first then. So we want L5, L6. L5, L6. Alright, okay. Right, this is what's the pivots to barrel, I think. So, we want one of these down here. We want one of these. See why I couldn't wait to do this. Right, so we want L5, L6. That's L5. Oh, right, okay. Right. So I want you to build both at the same time, I think. I think that's the principle. Yeah. Right, so we're not... Right, we'll just do one for a minute. Put that down there. We're going to do this big one there. There, that fell off my plastic. Some size for my little hands, look. It weighs a bit too, by the way. So, you need this delightful piece here. Yeah. And then we want M1, which is M. Oh, right, okay. Yep, I know where that is. That's in this back here. So, that one. I any. Very quiet tonight, Paul. Evening, Joe. I see the Scott Nats, the Scottish National Model Show, the Perth one. I see they've designed a new logo. Or they've got a logo. I don't know what they've done.
Motion detected at your front door.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, it's just the missus back. Oh, is he shop? Oh, is he rugby? Oh, right, that explains that then. Just as well you weren't hearing me. I was giving it all. Oh, I see. Tells you to go live, then doesn't turn up. Right, so this bit. This bit here, this big old bit here, and then this bit here, big old clunky bit of plastic goes right in there. It just fits right in there like that. And then like half a ton of glue and we're good. That's the first job. So, I don't know if I should be going all the way around like this really. Christ, be here forever. I didn't realise you was out, Paul, to be fair. But I realised I wouldn't have said anything or wound you up. I thought you was out with the sheep, you know. Crikey. As you can see, this is going to start using a lot of glue when you start getting right into it. Because this big old part here just took a fair whack already. But there you go. Happy days. That's in. Nice and solid. Starting to get some proper weight to it again now. So apparently that goes there like that. And then we want 07. 07. Oh, 1 to 19 is Paul's a bit too far from me, I'm afraid. Right, so 07 or whatever, the one that I want's on here, apparently. According to this anyway. 07. Yeah, and would you believe it's a tiny little thing? Unreal. Any others on it? Oh right, I've got an 05 as well. So I've got to find that sprue. Let me see if I can find it. It's got 2 metal plates with big holes in it. 2 metal plates with big holes. There's 2 metal plates with holes in it. Is it square holes or round holes? Round holes. Nothing there then. Not any of them. Square plate and round holes. Big square plate and round holes. Big pieces, but that's not them. I don't know what that is. Square plate and round holes. Oh gosh. Oh, there you go. Here's the plate and round holes. That's what I'm after. I'm wanting 0.5. Is that a delightful piece? Nor can I. Nor can Ali, bless him. None of us can. But we're here. Right, that's that one, and 0.7. Whatever that is. 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 18, 19. See every number but 7. 8, 6. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Again, such a giant piece. Such a giant model and such a tiny little thing. You know, you'd think that would just get moulded on. Really. Not it for the O's. There is an 018 and an 010, but I'll just leave the O here for now, so I know where it is. I've got to clean this up a little bit. It is a bit like this, I say. It's kind of mental, really. Right, so this little tiny thing here, I mean, look at it. Really? And it's got to go on this big old lump of plastic here. But apparently, it goes just in that little corner there. There's a little corner bit right there. I'll put the brush. And apparently, I can't even see the thing. But apparently, that's where it goes. Oh. And it's just got straight down in that little hole there. Oh, come on. Seriously. You've got to see in that little corner. There is absolutely no reason why that part could not have been moulded onto this giant piece. No reason whatsoever. Look at it. So you've got all these boxes here and they're all moulded into the plastic. All these lumps and bumps and everything else. All moulded in. And they make you glue that little tiny piece up there that could have been easily moulded into all the rest of it, like all this. There is absolutely no reason. A bit like the Ayashima kit when I built it, if you remember. That was the same, wasn't it? They gave you a part that was absolutely no need to. Just purely for your part count number. Absolutely no reason why that couldn't have been done in one piece. Scared the neighbour downstairs. I'm watching Full Metal Jacket while she let my cat. And at this point, there was a lot of machine guns going on. You're like, mind you, you probably give your neighbour a fright as soon as she sees you. little tiny bit of a seam line on it. And we don't want that. So I'll say it again just in case it is, because obviously there's other people watching and not talking. If you are the gentleman that came in for the SU33, well, came in to not buy anything actually, but came in and got the SU33 res kit and LP ladders and all that, you've picked up 1/72 in LP ladders, not the 148. So you will need to pop back into the shop at some point and we can change it over to the one that you actually wanted, because you picked up the wrong one, pal. Just to let you know. Just in case he's watching, because I did tell him that I was live. And he's only just started to return back to the hobby, so I would hate him to have something that he didn't want. And he picked it up and grabbed the box, but he's obviously picked the wrong one. Right, so that's that silly little tiny part on, and that's that silly little tiny part on that was absolutely not necessary. It could have quite easy, if they can do all this, then they can do that. There was no reason for it. But it is what it is. It's on now. Yeah. Alright, this silly little bit here. And then that little tiny bit up there. On that corner there. And that's it. So next is P49. And then we're back onto R's. P49 will be on this weird sort of sprue here. I love the way they give you this picture, but then they chop the sprue and put it in a bag so you can't actually see it the same shape. Delightful, so they are. P49 is definitely that one. It's got like round wiry, it's all wiry kind of bits. Right, I shall see if I can find that one. Oh, I think I got it straight away. Yes, look at that, eh? Oh, anyone would think I've done this before. Look at that. That's got to be that. Yeah. Happy days. So I want P49. The only thing is, these bits are a bit, you don't want to snap them, mate. That's a bit. So, he's starting to get to it. A few wispy bits. Right. I'm a 49. 50s, 48, 49. There you go. Well, at least it's a chunky bit. I don't like the wispy thin bits, because they're the bits that are easy to break. Maybe the box is not big enough. Yeah. Bless him. The guys were lovely as well that came in, even though he's got one item wrong. He says, I've come in just to have a look around, pal. I says, yeah, no worries. You know, travelled a little bit. Not far, but enough. And I said, yeah, no problem. He goes, oh, I'm not going to buy an item. I said, yeah, I've heard that before. And he ended up walking out with SU33 res kit engine intakes in 148. He was hoping to have the LP ladders 148 wheel and chocks, which he would have done if he'd have picked up the right box, but he never. So I'll put them to one side for him for when he comes in panicking and realises. And what else did he get? I got him to get the 148 SU27 Quinta interior decals as well, which are great. So yeah, he was chuffed to bits. And then his pal went and bought a tank, so it was awesome. They both left with a big smile on their face. Right, this goes across here apparently. Goes in that one there. And in that one there. Again, it's another piece purely for part count reasons, I think. You can always tell. Yeah. So that's this piece here, is a bit of pipe work just here. It goes from there across and then all the way across to there. And that's it there. So that bit there. Happy days, nice and easy. I can see that this is going to be fun. You know, once you start getting a bigger bit. A little bit that's made me a little bit, not nervous at all, but a bit that I am thinking, because currently I'm here building this on my own. And I did see somebody I know online that it took 2 people to put the gun barrel in, and they had to use 2-part epoxy to build the gun barrel. So I have got that to come, sort of thing. So yeah, we shall see how we get on. We want R spray. I remember that because we've been using that before. That's mad sprues with everything on it, the guardrails and all that. MNOPQR. There's a few R sprays, that's the thing. So we want R number 8, 14 and 15. 8, 14 and 15. So it's that big long one with a little fishtail bit on it. Right. No, I want a long one with a bit of a fishtail on it. This big old sprue here. The joys. So we want R8. Turn it over. 11, 12, 18, 14, 20, 11, 13. Oh, there it is. There she is. Yeah. You never know. Oh, I hate doing that bit. I so hate cutting that centerpiece on this, if you know what I mean. Just for the fact that it always looks like it's going to snap on you when you cut that last bit. Right, number 15. That must be over this way. Yep. Alright, Stuart, how you doing, pal? I tell you what, pal, that egg and chips look mighty fine. Right, that's R15, and then I want R14, which is lower, below it. R14. I'll pop that there. Probably need it again. Right, so this one apparently goes not in that last hole. No, definitely not. That one goes in there, I believe. That can't go like that, surely. That can't be right. Alright. That goes in there like that. And that. It felt not right here. Let me see. That goes in there. That one goes in there. And that one goes in there. That one makes sense. That one goes in there. I think it's in there. Right. That's right. So this one has to go like that. That can't be right. That don't look right to me. Must be. Big old hole for. It just seems odd. And a big old hole there like that. And that one goes along the bottom there. Obviously you don't want to make a mistake when you're gluing it, innit? But just looks a bit odd. And that one goes in there. Across down into that one. That goes in there. Must be. That picture's like right low down there. So confusing. That one's definitely there. That one's got a hole there. It's hard to tell, man. See the joys of this. Trying to figure out what goes where. I can see on a picture. Where would that be anyway? I'll be at the side there, innit? There you go. That one there. That's that pipe there. That's that line there. One just above it. Ah, right, okay. I think I can see it now. See, worth double checking these things, huh? Instructions are not clear at all, by the way. As I said before on other parts, but it's still not got any better. Because this bit here is nowhere in sight, nowhere near where it says on the instructions. But it is where it goes. So I'll show you where I put it, and then I'll show you where it says on the instructions. Right. So, see, this is how it gets confusing, this. So, on here, hopefully you can see that well, but it goes halfway across there, and then one along the bottom, right? And then one along the bottom there. So this goes across here. On the instructions, it looks like up here on the instructions when it shows you. So that's where the confusion was. But we found it and it's sorted. No, Stuart, just finished off that third bogey there, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a go at one of these before we do the fourth and final bogey next time. And then I'll be glad when them bogeys are done. Obviously there'll still be more little bits to do and touching up and sorting out, and probably any bits that I've broken off and all that kind of stuff, but we'll deal with them when the time comes. But as of the moment, we're just playing around with one of the sides to get a gist of something different, because we've spent so long on these bogeys and it's like I want to do something a little different. So I thought we'd build one of these. So the R sprue we still need, so that's why I left it here. We need R24, which is a little pin dot thing. I bet it's not even on this sprue after I've kept it out. Not get that screw out, and I didn't need to. M-N-O-P-Q-R. We're doing well anyway. Yep, R24 is the one with the mad wingy bit on it again. So we need to find that. That is one of these ones. See, I'm finding them quicker now. I'm getting used to this now, in the way they do it. So R24, which is a little tiny wheel of sorts. 30, 34, 40, 26. 22, 23, 24, there it is. Oh. Right, so that little bit there, again we're on to little tiny bits again. So that's 24, and then we want, oh, I want two of them. Okay, where did I just get that from? Well, apparently there's another one on here somewhere, or around somewhere. Must be on this one. Yeah. sprues everywhere. Right, 2 R24s, and then I want a P52. P52. Q. MNO P. 52. Yeah, 52. P52 is that mad frame again. And that is down here. You see. Happy days. And that must be that one. No. 51. 52. There you go. Quite a long one, this one. So, this big old long bit here, what I'm after. Get rid of some of that excess sprue where I was cutting it off. And then, apparently, this goes like that. Then these little pin, these little circles go on these as a little pin just on there, which I believe it goes in there. Like so. And then the same on this one. I don't know if it's the way up or not. I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way to put these. These seem to fit on anyway, so. No, so there's one long bar with 2 little pins on it. And then apparently we have 2 little wheels that go on it. Right, what's the time? Nearly time to go, but I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look on my thing on my doorbell, and I'm going to see if my good lady is at home or not. Go live. Right, she's not in. Happy days. Not in a good, you know. Right, she's not in, so I can carry on and get this last bit done. Right. See, that's quite good that I can see if she's in or not. Right, so that goes on here, and that goes in the back there, like so, and then in that little pinhole there, and then into that little hole there. And then we'll put the little wheel on. And if I put that little wheel on now, before I did that, and I had to push down, there was a good chance I'd have probably broken it off before I even got to where I wanted to get. So this way I get it how I want it, and then I'll put that silly little wheel on it. you get into stuff that breaks off again really easy, and I always hate that, but this model's got a hell of a lot of that, and it always will have, so there's not much choice. On an aeroplane, I wouldn't put bits like that on until near the end. Little snappy off bits. But unfortunately, this kit's not like that. There's a hell of a lot of snappy off bits. Sounds like a good plan. Break it up for you. Yeah. Yeah, that's my plan. It was just because every week it's been the bogies, and you know I hate doing them little articulated little flipping silly frames that I have to do. That were just driving me bonkers. So there we go. So we've got our little bar going across there, and it's got two little holders that have some mad little bits on. So I want C12 times 2. I did see that kind of shape before. I can't remember where I saw it. Yeah. On them little articulated holders. That's where I saw it. I knew that. Yeah. So, this one. Yes. So it's these delightful, fantastic little models. It's not a steering wheel. I don't know what it was. In fact, yeah, it probably is a steering wheel actually. I'm not quite sure what you'd call it, but I think it is a steering wheel of sorts. Either that, or it's like on a ship, you know, or on a submarine or whatever, where you've got your wheel that you turn to seal the door, but it's probably to turn and move something. What it would move, I don't know. But yeah, I've got 2 of them to put on. Onto that bit that I've just done. There we go. There's 2 of them little blighters. We'll tip that up. Pop a little bit of glue in the centre. And we just pick that up with the tweezers. And pop that little blighter on there. There's one in. Oh, where did you ping to? There you go. Little thing pinged on me there. Now the bizarre bit is, when you push that down, it pops back up again. Obviously the fumes, it's lifting it up. The liquid and the fumes is actually making it rise back up again like a little piston, which is kind of annoying. You don't expect that. Now, there's your little wheels. You can see them very well, but they're just there. Little steering wheel thingy-jigs, one there and one there. Now there is a stupid little bit that goes right on the tip here. little tiny pinhole bit. I don't know what it does, but it wants it. Right, so we've got an R10, which was on that sprue, a flat plate, PQR, R10, right, okay, so that's on there. Be a flat plate on this, must be that one there, it's got to be that one, yeah. Right. This bit here, that one, and it goes that way around, upside down like that, and on, and then like that. Now, if you can mould that one on, why can't it just carry on there? I mean, it's a flat piece. Again, part of the part count by the looks of it, because there's no need for me to do that. I can't grumble, you know, at the end of the day I suppose it's an expensive kit. You don't want to just pick up 5 or 6 bits and just go, there you go, job done. I suppose you need to have a bit of a challenge to it, otherwise it would be crazy to buy. Definitely a challenge, a good one. I'm liking it now. I'm getting to these sort of bits a little bit. I say a little bit because we've still got a long way to go. So that's R, and then we want a P. P please, Bob. Oh, that was that one we had that one. That'll be one of these. Is it not? Number 23. A little domey thing. Don't see it though. Don't see it anywhere. P23. P23. Oh, okay. So it's on the one that has the big circular bits at the base. Yeah, one of these ones. Oh, there she is. Evening, Phil. So this reminds me of like a little Teletubbies radar thing. I mean, why that would be on the top of such a giant piece, I have no idea. But it goes right there on the top. Right in the centre there. Madness. I mean, don't get me wrong, in reality, I would imagine this is a very big piece in real life. So it probably does have a purpose for something, maybe lifting with a crane or something, I don't know. But it's a very big part. But very small one here. In this scale. Just make sure it's straight. There's nothing worse. Although you could just put Tamiya glue on it and straighten it later if you needed to. But there we go. Then there's my little twirly bit at the top there. Craziness. Now, just got to remember it's there now and not break it. Right. A little bit more and then we'll leg it. I want to get this done. So we've done all this. We've done most of this. Well, we've done all of this. So it's just this little bit here and then these couple of bits. And then we're good. And then I'll go. and you can all go to sleep instead of boring you. R40, take M&OPQR. R40, the one with the big old wings again. So that is not that one. It is the one with the wire wings. That one. I'm looking for number 40 times 2. 39, 40. There it is. There's one. And apparently I need 2. More of these battery ones. That one. There. Is it down there, isn't it? Yep. Now, pitting. Right, so that one goes up there somewhere. Okay, it goes like that. And it goes. Figuring out where it goes. That's like that. You're kidding me. Right in there like that. Oh, right, I see. Oh, I got ya. Right, so it goes right down in there into this little box here on both sides. That's where it goes. Trying to figure out where it went. It kind of just sits in there like that. Apparently.
Motion detected at your front door.
Oh, good for you. Right, trying to get that to sit in there at the correct angle. A little bit more awkward than what it seems. Yeah, it's got to come off there. Looks at it. I think that hook's on there. Not much space to do anything with it, eh? Oh my gosh. It's going to be one of them pieces, eh? I should have just not bothered. Right. Right. That goes like that. That goes on there like that. That goes across like that. That is madness. How on earth are you supposed to put that in there? That is kind of bizarre, that bit. That's a weird bit, that. I don't quite know what the principle of that is, apart from being a pain. I don't quite get why you would even have that bit. You see, if you go back in time, I'd be like that. Do you want to stop building stuff like this? That's what I would be telling them. Be like that, no more. It's just odd. Doesn't even make sense to what it's supposed to do. But it's on. For now. I mean, you come in here and you just listen to me moan about a kit, but then smile as I'm building it. The joys of the hobby, huh? There you go. So, that silly bit is in there on that box, doing whatever it's supposed to do. I've got no idea what it is. It's on B8. B8. A couple more bits and then we're good. Okay, right, so that's B8. Right. That's the one with all the little thingamajigs, and I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I want a sprue with little circles on. Yeah. These little blighters with little circles. And I want B8, which is again more little tiny pieces. One. Look at that. I mean, you're not even going to see that on the model. One. Two. 3. The best bit is, you see, if I didn't do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. If I didn't do it, Ali would look at it and go, "Ah, but you missed that bit," because he's on it. He spots, he watches. Oh. The scary bit is he watches on the big telly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. How you doing? Go through it. All right, pal. I should have been gone 20 minutes ago, but I'm just kind of having fun moaning, but having fun at the same time. So, right, so you've got the chubby end at one end, little end at the other. We've got one that goes. I'm just double checking it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one must be horizontal then. Yeah. That must be. Yeah. Right, so I've got one going the weird way in now. And then all the rest. Tiny pieces for a massive kit. Yes, Phil. Yes, there's been a lot of that on this kit, mate. Little tiny microscopic pieces that have to go on a massive bit. It just doesn't make sense really, but it's all in the detail, I guess. So that pops in there like that, and then falls back out again because it's so small. Here we go. Try again without pinging it. Yeah. There we go. That's one in. One down, 5 ago. And again, you've got all these lumpy bumpy bits. There's no reason why that couldn't have been done in one piece. It's not like it's got a gap all the way around it or anything. There's just no reason for it whatsoever, apart from your part count again. I think a lot of this kit's like that, to be fair. I think there's a lot of this build that's just going to be for the part count parts rather than sensible. It kind of shows you though that, I mean, you know, we all talk about this, but people think, you know, when people say, oh, I've got big fingers, so they don't like the small parts, so they'll go and buy a bigger kit because the parts are not as hard to handle. Well, that's a load of cobblers, say, because in reality, the bigger the kit, the more detail that can be seen, so the more small parts that there actually is. So anyone who says that's really not really right in what they're saying, to be fair, because yes, you got bigger parts, but you also still got loads of tiny bits, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to make life any easier. And I remembered that when I done the Hellcat in 124 and the Mosquito, because it had loads of little bits. I like big kits. I like the detailing in it, and maybe not the 10 ton of glue and half a ton of paint that goes with it, but I enjoy it pretty much the best I can anyway. Right, that's that bit on. Believe it or not, you're not even really going to notice it, but there's little tiny rods just there all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a horizontal one there. Completely pointless, but necessary. Right, we're going to have another couple of big bits of fun, and then that's it for the day. Last bit, I've got to put this together here, whip that on the side there, whip that on there, whip this bit here on the side, and whip that ladder down there. Happy days. And then we'll see what next week brings. Next week is even more fun going on, so more wire mesh and all sorts. So we want R4 with a ladder. This big old sprue here, I know that much. It's the only one with a big old ladder on it. Make sure. R4. Everyone will be like that and just passing the shop. Oh my god, he's still open. Only for a little while longer. Now there's one ladder. And then we'll put that on now. There we go. Watch that bit of wire there. That one going on there like that. Awesome. There is a little bit of sanding and filling and cleaning up to do. Not filling so much, but you've got a little bit of cleaning up on some of the surfaces at some point. I'm alright at the moment. We can get that after. Right. Yeah. There you go. There's that ladder on there. Steps or whatever it is. Happy days. Next bit we need, I'm going to leave that actually leaning up against the computer monitor for a minute. And then I can look for the O sprue and the G sprue. Quickly. G, and I want G what? G6 and 7. Right. This is a sprue I've not seen before. Okay. G6 and 7. Not that one there. That one I recognise. Should be a big triangle of it. Big old bits here. Oh dear. Where's that? Oh, yeah. I can't see it. Here somewhere. A triangle. Yeah. Not them. I think this one. Oh, there it is. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Got to be this one. Yeah. There we go. That many parts everywhere. Right, so there's me spiky, whatever it is, triangle thingamajig. And G7, which is next to it. And I just got to find the O sprue and we're done. So, that goes like that. Apparently. No, apparently that goes like that. At least that fits better. I definitely think when it comes to the barrel, I think it's going to be, there is going to have to be a bit of two-part adhesive, two-part epoxy, I think, for the sheer weight of it and the way it is. I've got a feeling, but we'll see. I only got the feeling because Neil that built one, my pal, he, when I said to him that I was using the glue, because he was like, what are you using to glue it together? And I said to him, Tamiya glue. And he looked at me in shock horror. And he couldn't understand how I managed to use it on the models. So obviously that's saying something for a reason. P38. But we'll find out soon enough. P38. Okay, so it's one of them. So I want a P38, which is in a kind of piston barrel kind of section. And I did see some barrel-y bits. There it is. Yeah, all these bags opening up. It's going to get harder and harder to recognise the sprues as well. So it's going to be fun at some point. P30, I can read that. 37, so it's 38. Okay, so this bit is sticky out. That bit there goes there. And then I want the O sprue. And then we're done. Oh, an I. I've seen that. Right there. That's one of these. There you go, one of them. It must be like the cog bit, that controls the gun a bit. Like a cog wheel. And then O. The O sprue. O. Number 18. Oh, 19 to 18 is that one there. Okay. So that's on here because I kept it all together. Number 18. A big massive bit there. Now, happy days. Oh, give that a quick clean up. All the way around. Get that centerpiece out. Like so. Quick little round file there and just so happy days there. What way round that goes I don't know. I think it goes that way. So I think it goes like that, like that. You get this here. You turn it round. Apparently that goes in there like that. And it seems solid, so it doesn't obviously move. You can glue that. And there's no movement in there when that's locked in there like that. And then this glue goes on there like that. The corner of this goes on there like that. And if it's wrong, you just chuck some Tamiya glue on it and change it another time. But I believe that's where it goes and how it goes. That holds that there and that holds that there. So that holds all that together. Your cog thing, so when the barrel's in there. And I would guess if something goes through on that side at some point. And that's that, happy days. Then this bit, apparently goes on there, like that, and glues on. Like so. The barrel hinges off that bit, you might need the epoxy there. Yeah, well that's the good thing, with the Tamiya, because obviously if it becomes a thing when I dry fit that section and try it out, then I can always put a drop of Tamiya glue on there and just pop that off, and then use a bit of the old epoxy. So yeah, Tamiya glue is great for that though, isn't it? So you know, it's you can do that without messing about too much. And that bit goes on there, and this bit is to go on here in that hole there and in there, and because it's a hinged bit, I believe that it should stay like that. I don't think it's to be glued in. If I can get the thing in there. There you go. Probably glue it anyway. Oh, get it. There we go. I'll try and get it in there. Side. Oh wait, and it sits on there anyway. Cool. Sit that on there like that. Yeah, that's one thing I do like about Tamiya glue, is the fact that you can do that. You know, if you make a mistake, you can just put the old glue on there again and it's reactivated and good to go, which is quite helpful. Right, last bit. Oh, one more bit to find once I'm happy with this bit. Come on, you stay there. One more bit to find that goes just up the top here, and it's 010, which is on that big ring thing. So no, it wouldn't be on that, would it? You know, you'd think it was on that to make life easier, but I bet you it ain't. 010 on the one. Yep. Is that it there? I think that is it. Yeah. Such a big kit, and I'm still using a magnifying glass as well, huh? As you do. Right, last piece, and then I'll give you all some peace. I'll go home and get something to eat. Back to my day job tomorrow. So, right, this piece goes on the top there, like that. Supposedly, apparently, it will look all pretty. Unlike Joe, who would probably need a little bit more than Tamiya glue to make him look pretty. Ain't that right, my old China? Right, make sure it's nice and straight. Happy days. So, as of at the moment, that's that page done, and we finished off the bogey number 3. So we've got our little coggy thing on the back there. We had to put this big old piece in here as well in the back. We've chucked all this together on here. We've had to put all these daft little things in. Wheels and pipes and frames and bits and bobs. All little crazy bits on the boxes. And there's still loads more holes around. So obviously there's a lot more stuff still to go on it. Probably railings and all sorts of other cobblers. And we've got our little tiny hook at the top there. Little eyelet. Look. No idea what it's for, but yeah, so all good. There's a fair chunk of a bit of work there, but I believe it kind of goes, I'm not actually sure which way it goes. I think it's that way, but yeah, anyway, there we go, big old lump. So that's that bit, and then on the bogey there we just finished it off. For the ones that didn't see, we finished it off by putting this barrel on here, this thingamajig on here in a box and whatnot, and just finished that off. Got that step put back on again that I broke off last week, and so that's that bogey already gone, good to go with the 2 boxes. So we just got one more of these to do, but we'll finish off this thingamajig here, or whatever I feel like, we'll see. But the next stage is wire frames and all sorts going on, so we'll see. It's asking you to do some mad stuff on there, and I'm not doing that yet. So I might get to this point and then we'll go on to the 4th bogey, and then do this again, and then go on to the next stage. But that's where the gun starts to come together with the bigger pieces and all that then. Hopefully. Because I've never seen so many tiny bits on a big kit in all my life. Anyway, enough of that. That's an hour and 43 minutes. Happy days. 8 people watching, 8 likes. Awesome. There we go. So what can I say? Happy days. All good fun, huh? So that was that. We got a bit more done. I feel like I'm getting somewhere a little bit. Now I'm doing something different, but obviously I've got to go back to the bogey, so not so lucky. I'll be glad when that other one's done. But that'll be another time. So next week I'll be on again. Obviously last week I was at a show, so couldn't make it, but all good. Thanks very much for your comments, chat, popping in, saying hello, you know, the whole shebang. Always appreciated, do you know what I mean? Always good to yap away at somebody while you're gluing bits of plastic and getting angry with it. So I'm going to go home, get my dinner, and then go to work in the morning. So you know where I am if you need me. Give us a shout if you need anything. Happy days. See you all next week, hopefully. So take care for now, guys, and I'll speak to you all next week, 6 o'clock. Bye for now.